G'day guys, and today I'm going to review the game which is between Geelong and GWS at Optus Stadium in Perth. And the Cats got the job done by 35 points. Really nice win. Going into the preliminary final, once again, I believe it's the Cats' 11th prelim in the last 15 years. So shout out to the coaching staff, the team, the list management team and whatnot to be able to find ourselves in yet another position to contend for the big prize. And obviously, there's still a few little stepping stones to go before that obviously could become a reality. But again, we'll probably lean on tonight and how the Cats win. And yeah, it was a good win in the end. Good result, good win. Again, there's still more to go. This isn't, certainly nothing to be super chuffed about, but a finals win is always better than a finals loss, I will say. So the Cats got the job done by 35. We were all over the Giants early in the piece, and we were strong and tough in the contest and moving the ball really well. We had that composure that you normally see in the home and away season. We're able to give their forline some really good looks. Probably didn't really take our chances early, as you can sort of see. We missed a number of sort of set shots with, I think, Hawk, Rowan, and Radaglia. I feel like there was Menegola as well, which is quite easy, all in the first term. So definitely could have blown the game away pretty early on in the piece, but to our credit, we were able to keep the Giants pretty quiet, and they didn't really have too many scary propositions inside 50. Unfortunately, with Jesse Hogan and Toby Green being unavailable for this match, so that definitely helped the Cats reasonable. But keeping Blitzars at full back is a win, so that's probably a little involuntary, I suppose, benefit when Radaglia also plays in the side. We can lean on Stanley and Radaglia to sort of take over the ruck, and then Blitzars can just focus at full back. And I like him there, and he should always be there. He doesn't need to be on the wing or need to be in the ruck. He's better to the team, and the betterment of the team is when he's down in the D50, especially without a Tom Stewart, who has that intercept mark prowess and is going to start trying running on Sunday from all reports. That'll be very interesting indeed, but yeah, look, got our contested ball game going nicely, and we're able to obviously hit the scoreboard. Did well to hit 100 points, all considering some pretty damaging second half, kicking 10 goals after half time. Giants definitely opened the game up a little bit in the last quarter as we saw it. It was pretty scary. I was more, even though the margin was less, felt more in control in the first half, and in the second half when there was just an absolute goal fest. Look, our pressure was really good. We did some really good 1%ers, like those smothers, those tackles that you need to make, and we kept the ball, in tight, and we were able to find a way and have the forward line look a bit more open. GWS do play a little bit more one-on-one. They generally, they sometimes put Haynes behind the ball as well, sort of the spare, but the Giants, they definitely had their moments when they moved it from the back line to the forward 50. They'll look pretty dangerous and out of stoppage when they were able to sort of run out the front of it. We saw it a little bit in the last quarter, but I thought as a team, Geelong were united and definitely had, they weren't walking away with anything less than the win, and it was great to see our players just absolutely crack in and play like Port Adelaide did, a little bit from last week where their life depended on it, and definitely did, because a loss would have spelled a rebuild. So it was a massive result, and we were challenged multiple times, and the Giants threw a few punches back at us, and definitely in the second half, and obviously they had to throw caution in the wind and throw everything at us, and they were always going to probably score a few goals. But when you play that way and open the game up like that, then you also open yourself up to turnover, and then you can fall flat in your face the other way around. So definitely responded well late to a Giants surge, and it got to 20 points, and we were up by 38. And I was like, oh, this can't be happening. I saw it a few weeks ago. We've got to learn from this, and I was getting PTSD when it got to 20 points, sort of pretty quickly. The Giants kept responding within 30 seconds to our responses, and I'm like, oh, just put this game to bed, and then it should have been put to bed. Mumming kicks a crazy goal on the three-quarter time siren. The amount of times we can see goals on the siren and around red time is just crazy. We just slightly switch off. There's no other way of putting it. But yeah, I felt our ball movement was really good. It was much more composed this week. Again, there wasn't much pressure as there was last week, and the Giants were probably out on their feet a little bit. The premiership quarter definitely caught up to them. The Cats were really able to really pile on the scoreboard, which probably didn't really reflect the dominance in the first quarter and first half. 13 shots for 5. You'd like to think you get 9 of those and maybe miss 4, and all of a sudden it's looking like a pretty damaging scoreline and almost too tough to come back from. But look, we kept them in it. Nothing's easy with us, but we found a way in the end, which was really positive to see. So yeah, full credit to the team playing really well together and just not allowing the Giants to play on their terms for long enough, and being tough enough for long enough was what got the job done tonight. So proud of the boys this evening and how they went about it. We'll have a look at the stats. Plus 30 in the touches, which is good. No team got 50 inside 50s. I saw this post-game and was quite interested. And you look at the disposal efficiency. Unfortunately, the Giants they were under pressure a lot of the time. So kudos to the Cats for that. And the Cats, obviously, with their control game, was really good. And efficiency inside 50. So this number's been down a little bit lately. It's been around that, I feel like 35, 40-ish% mark. But I felt the four-line was a lot more open, and we were able to move the ball and put the ball inside 50 with a lot more precision. So there's inside 50s and there's inside 50s, but that's a great conversion rate, and one that we'll need if we're any chance to somehow get across Melbourne next week. Interestingly, won the hitouts, so good job, Stanley. I think got 37 of those. Clearances, the Giants just won out of the centre. We were pretty much 50-50 split. The contested ball game's obviously big, and generally when we win it, we win the match, and that was no exception once again. Giants have turned over a bit more. Good pressure from the Cats to allow that. Normally, the Cats mark the footy a fair bit, and probably down a little bit on what we usually get. We usually get around the 103 or 110 mark, but we're pretty healthy in the games where we take over 90 marks, and when we don't mark 90 times, we look pretty ordinary and we generally don't win. And there's probably this stat here probably just sort of shows a little bit with the inside 50 dominance, just able to get our hands to the ball. So that means the three-headed monster's doing a really good job. Sav took a big clunk, and Hawk was really, really good. Cameron took a couple, and I feel like Close may have taken a mark, but Menegold definitely took one. So those are opportunities you got to make. Pretty good in the air. Generally, a good sign for the Cats is if we're taking more marks, winning contested ball, and taking more contested marks, generally a good sign of a win, I've found. And the Cats obviously got, what did we get? 35-point win, obviously, in the end, and led for basically start to finish. Got the job done. Giants laid a few more tackles. That's to be expected, though, because they didn't get as much of the footy. Tackles inside 50, better than 3 from last week, but probably, again, if we're to be any chance to beat Melbourne, you'd like that number to be a little bit higher. And get that number ticking over. Used all the interchanges. There you go. All right, so the votes, really interesting. I'm giving 3 votes to Zach Tui. He had 31 touches, 5 marks, 4 clearances, gained nearly 600 metres. He was dynamite. 4 goal assists. That's crazy. I thought he was... I knew there was a reason I gave him 3 votes. He was super involved with the play. He was really, really clean. He was composed. He was tough and very hard at the ball. So, I love Tui's game, and one of his best games for the club, to be honest, and what a great time for it. But, I felt like Tui was delivering a lot of entries for the Cats. 4 goal assists. That's don't see that very often, even from the forwards. They generally get 1 or 2 somehow. So I felt Tui's influence was amazing and very good to have him back in the side. It was a welcome addition. I'm giving a 2 to Tomahawk. He was massive tonight. He kicked 5, took 8 marks, gave away some silly free kicks, and got a goal assist in there. So he was on the ground for most of the time as well. Yeah, he was able to flip the script this time. Taylor absolutely gave him a bath last time, but Hawk has the last laugh and getting it done in a final on him. And he was just too strong, and the delivery this time was much better, and he was able to get into some really good positions to hit the scoreboard. And I mean, take your chances. We saw him kick 0-5 from 6 shots in the qualifying final last year. So excellent game from Hawk, and he loves a semi-final and kick 4 against the Eagles. Obviously, I reckon he would have kicked a couple against the Pies. I feel like he kicked 5 against the Pies as well in the final last year. Potentially, he definitely did a good job and tore it up. Menegola gets my 1 vote. He had 29, couple of goals, 8 marks, 5 clearances, over 500 metres gained, and 2 goal assists. So his kicking boots were back this week, Sammy. And yeah, again, he just cracks in really hard, kicks some crucial goals for us, and yeah, just generally uses the ball really well. And he was really valuable in that midfield. So he did a really good job. Stanley played a really great game, I felt. He's only on the ground for 78% of the time as well. Fair enough with being ruckman. But yeah, he was able to get a fair bit of the ball, a lot of hitouts, and marks around the ground. Was really athletic and really beneficial for the side. Isaac Smith played a really good game. He could have had 2 or 3 next to his name, but he kicked a goal. 20 kicks, which is superb. It means he's not under too much pressure. 740 metres gain. He generally kicks it 55, 60 metres when he does have it. I mentioned Tui. Guthrie was good. Back to some of his better form. 25 touches, just in and under. Duncan's very effective once again. 22 touches. Sort of playing that wing half-forward role. Did that nicely. Dangerfield had 20. He didn't have probably his best game ever, but I'll tell you what, his second half was brutal and tough and was very good. Is that 7 clearances? Yeah, and he just finds a way to find the footy. He was just, he just threw everything at it. He was not going down down for the count. Jeremy Cameron, he kicked 2 goals, 2, and plucked a few grabs in there. Kicked a really good snap. Again, he doesn't seem to see the footy a lot, but his maximum damage, he generally just kicks 2 or 3 in the blink of an eye. And again, he played his role really well. Not Gary Ryan, I've just skipped Brian Myers there, I think. Brian was okay. He was decent around the ground. Just needs to hit the scoreboard a bit more. I say that every time. But he set up a goal, which was good. Gary Rowan was really good, I felt. He kicked 2-2 and took 3 marks. He was able to notch up a clearance there, set up a goal as well. He's a real barometer for us when he's playing well, when he's clunking marks, kicking goals, chasing down tackles. That was hitouts 0. I thought it was tackle 0. I didn't feel like that was the case. He definitely run down someone. When Rowan is performing that, the Cats are looking pretty good. All depending on the delivery he gets and how confident he is at the time. Selwood only managed 14. Definitely quite a game, but 8 tackles. So that was really good from Joel. If you said Dangerfield and Selwood got 20 or 35 between them, 34, 35 between them, and if you said that before the game, you'd say Cats lose pretty badly, but a really good even performance tonight and a few other players stepping up, and that's what has to happen if Geelong are to do anything this season to achieve the ultimate. Max Holmes was solid. He's not solid around goals, I have noticed over the entire 2021. I think he's kicked 1 or 2 and probably missed about 9 or 10. And just at that moment in the goal square, it was a great bit of play from Stein, but yeah, just unbelievable how he just finds a way to not kick goals. So I almost just would not have him near the forward line, to be honest. He just can't find the sticks. But 8 tackles was excellent. 5 clearances. He was good around the ball. So I'd definitely have him in for another crack. He played well. I don't know what College Asney does, guys. I watched him. He gets beaten so often in one-on-one contests. I remember he used to, a couple of years back, he was deadly in the one-on-one. Like, you couldn't beat him. He was an absolute rock. But now he just gets beaten in these contests. He doesn't use the ball well. He can't hit targets. I don't know what he's in the team for, to be honest. But anyway, he'll because he just plays. He'll keep playing. I think there's definitely we could bring in a better small defender for College Asney, but anywho, I'd happily have Stewart in for him. I'd happily have Zach Guthrie over College Asney. That's saying something. Close hit the scoreboard in a big way. Kicked a couple of goals. He was, again, he just plays really well. Took some really good marks around the ground. I thought he was very nice tonight. And Henry took 6 marks. He was very solid down back. Could be right up there in the Cats' best and fairest. He played some great footy this year. Henderson looked 30 tonight, not 45 last week, according to David King. He plucked some good marks in the back 50 and felt good. So he did good. Buse, I really like Buse's game. And definitely early on in the piece, he was getting a lot of the footy and taking the game on and weaving in and out of packs and gaining some territory for the Cats, so he was good. Blitzarves did a good job down back. I think Himmelberg just kicked over 1, potentially. I think he kicked 2. So he played his role, and we look a lot better in a sounder with Blitzarves at fullback. Zach Guthrie was solid. Didn't get a lot of the ball. Don't think he was a Medi sub. I think he actually was a Medi sub. Yes, he was. So he came on late and played around half the game. So he'd probably normally average around 14, 15 touches anyway, and don't think too many smalls dominated, so that's a win. I don't think he was on Bobby Hill who kicked a goal. It was a crazy goal. Brady Gallier took a really good mark. I think he only took 1 mark for the night, but it was a great mark, and he kicked a goal. I'm happy. I've been a long time what's the critic of Brady Gallier, but I'm going to go with if Dalhouse is out, and if Radagalier can just make a contest, kick a goal or 2, and not get outmarked, I'm happy for him to stay on the side. So, and he'll naturally grow. So Cameron, Rowan, Radagalier, and Hawkins, all good, all clear. Atkins got a little bit of the ball, but he was quiet, so I didn't really notice him too much. Parker got injured, of course, and got a few handballs next to his name, so he didn't only lasted for the 12% of the game, so a bit unfortunate there. But yeah, that's a bit of a look at getting late at the game. GWS and the Cats by 35 points. I tipped the Giants pretty crazily, controversially, that's for sure. But we're playing Melbourne, and it sounds like it'll be next Friday night. We obviously won't see the official thing till the end of the round, but look, it's going to be a massive ask to get over the top of the Ds. Like, they've been the best side all year, and their game style, they're number 1 in all the key areas, and they are for a reason, and that's why they finished minor premiers. What has me being optimistic, though, is we were able to get 44 points up. If we can replicate that and keep attacking from that, we won't be getting 44 points up in a preliminary final. No doubt about that. But if we can model some of the second quarter and just match Melbourne for most of the game and not get outplayed at the contest, I think we're definitely in with a shot. Melbourne definitely would have wanted the Giants to make the prelim because they're probably potentially the easier opponent, depending on how they won. But yeah, we've definitely had some close clashes, and unbelievably, it's probably an underrated rivalry. So yeah, look, it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be the battle of the midfield, the three-headed monster. How will that go? It's all going to be dependent on the ball movement and how much pressure does Geelong apply, how much pressure does Melbourne apply. There's going to be so many variables, but yeah, Geelong didn't blow the Giants out of the water, and I don't think Melbourne would be too scared of what they saw tonight. It was a real grind tonight, I felt. Definitely not an absolute clinical 35-point win. It was really tough and hard fought, and I suppose that is finals in a nutshell, and we found a way. But yeah, you think if Paddy and Joel take an extra step next week, and Hawke, Cameron, Rowan, and Radicalier can cause some headaches, and you just never know. I feel quietly not confident, but yeah, I don't feel like it's hopeless that we might win. We might win. Yeah, Melbourne will be very nervous, and all the pressure's on Melbourne. There's a fair bit of pressure on the Cats as well to deliver, premiership as well. But yeah, definitely Melbourne. And all of the stars are aligning, and yeah, I feel like it is their time. So yeah, two teams that are right on that premiership window clock, right at 12 o'clock. So only one will go through to the grand final, though. I think it will be Melbourne. It's probably going to go down to the wire, I think, if previous clashes are anything to go by. So yeah, I'd say Melbourne, 1 to 2 goals. But I hope Geelong win, obviously, and we have the weapons to win. Do we have the consistency and the finesse to get it done? Well, is yet to be seen. So, there you go, guys. It is nearly 1:15. So I'll wrap this one up and get tucked into bed, I think, and take it easy. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Go Cats. Good to be in another preliminary final, and hopefully we can get the chocolates against Melbourne next week. And yeah, see what happens from there. But looking no further than Friday night, obviously, it's going to be a massive game. And yeah, obviously, winner takes nearly all. So, all right, gents, ladies and gentlemen, going to sign off. Hope you enjoy the video and the review. Take care and look after each other, and I'll see you guys on the next video.